In the 14 and 15 age group, Cricket Wuebker.
Hell on earth are the words Air Force Captain Guy Gruters uses to describe the 5 years and 3 months spent as a prisoner of war in North Vietnam after his F-100 fighter plane was shot down. That's 2,031 days spent in a dark cave being tortured, interrogated, spit on, and fed only bread infested with rat excrement and water with worms. Can you imagine the pain and suffering U.S. Vietnam POWs endured for the sake of our country? They were kept in confined cells in complete isolation, left on the other side of the world, desolate, alone, and with little hope. In 1965, President Lyndon B. Johnson began sending U.S. troops to stave off the spread of communism over South Vietnam. Our troops remained there, steadfast on their mission until 1973. Their journey forward was not sustained alone. The strength of our soldiers came from the strength of their families, flag, and faith. They kept their families close to mind, vigilant in prayer and fervent in their actions. As Captain Gruters was being interrogated by the Viet Cong, our flag, the unfurled banner that symbolizes the commitment made by soldiers, was a constant reminder of what he and his comrades are fighting for. None denied the military oath of allegiance. Captain Gruters knew he would see the stars and stripes again someday, only next time on American soil. Many of the prisoners prayed relentlessly for hope and forgiveness. They knew that at 12 noon on Sundays, they would repeat the Our Father, 23rd Psalm, and Pledge of Allegiance, in union with every other POW in North Vietnam. But a new battle began for Guy in solitude. God, save me from my sins. Save me from hating others. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Guy repeated this prayer over and over again until he was transformed by God's grace. Few of us will be in a position to surrender our lives through physical martyrdom, but Guy remembered that Jesus, too, experienced humiliation and physical suffering at the crucifixion. This allowed him to live within God's kingdom of peace and joy from inside his interior cell. I was honored to hear hometown hero Guy Gruters' account of his life-changing events in North Vietnam. I view him as a hero not only for his commitment to fight for his country, but to share his story of God's grace with the world. Guy was released in March of 1973. He was one of 658 U.S. prisoners of war to return home alive. As I stand here and pay tribute to all soldiers, I ask you to please continue to pray for the 1,627 that are still unaccounted for. We must never forget.